Donald Trump has been obsessed with making Canada the 51st state ever since he found out Epstein Island was not eligible. Well, today, Canada's new prime minister came to the White House, which gave Donald Trump an opportunity to make his proposal in person. Come on, Donald, use that Trump charm to put a ring on it.
It would really be a wonderful marriage because it's two places that get along very well. They like each other a lot.
Aww.
As you know from real estate, there are some places that are never for sale. And having met with the owners of Canada over the course of the campaign last several months, it's not for sale, won't be for sale ever.
But this was a clear rejection from Canada. I'm sure Trump will handle this maturely and not like a thirsty little bitch.
Never say never. You know, Canada loves us and we love Canada.
Canada is not going to you.
Trump just trolled Canadians on their election day.
Canada is preparing to select its next prime minister, and the president of the United States is taunting them.
On April 28th, Trump posted on Truth Social, calling Canada a beautiful landmass and urging voters to make it the 51st U.S. state. Canadians fired back. PM Mark Carney won a historic election, declaring, "America will never own us." Trump's 25% tariffs on Canadian goods fueled this nationalist wave. Conservative Pierre Poilievre lost big, even his own seat, as Canadians rallied against Trump's threats. Carney vowed to deepen ties with Europe, saying, "We decide what happens here." Is Trump's taunt backfiring?
Donald Trump managed to unite Canada against him, and it showed in last night's election as the Liberal Party dominated and won an election they were supposed to lose just a few months ago. In fact, voters did not hold back on why they voted the way they did. Take a listen to this Canadian voter.
I think who I voted for would be the best to take care of Trump, because Trump is, I'm sorry to say, an ass. And
Yeah, I mean, that's somebody's grandmother. I wish she was mine. But that is the sentiment across Canada, that they had to unite against Donald Trump. And Pierre Poilievre, who was called Trump Light or Canadian Trump, was completely rejected the second Trump got involved because people were afraid he would capitulate to him. This is the sentiment around the world. Countries are uniting against Trump, and by default, they're uniting against the United States. All because Trump and his trade war and the way he has been treating allies. The damage that has been done is going to take a long time to fix after Trump is gone.
In a stunning twist that has quickly gone viral, rumors are spreading across social media platforms suggesting that Donald Trump has been barred from re-entering Canada just 24 hours after a string of tense, high-profile meetings with Canadian leaders. Although no official ban has been publicly confirmed, the story has caught fire online after several Canadian political commentators and influencers hinted at a strong diplomatic fallout. The former U.S. president was in Ottawa earlier this week to discuss trade, border cooperation, and economic policy. What was supposed to be a routine visit quickly became the center of media attention as sources reported unusually tense discussions behind closed doors. The meetings reportedly ended abruptly, and Trump departed the country ahead of schedule. Soon after, several Canadian public figures posted cryptic messages online, implying that the former president would not be welcomed back anytime soon. "Respect matters," one official wrote. "We expect diplomacy, not division." Social media users on both sides of the border have reacted with a mix of surprise and approval. On platforms like TikTok and Instagram, Canadians shared memes and commentary.
The global economy is fundamentally different today than it was yesterday. The system of global trade anchored on the United States that Canada has relied on since the end of the Second World War, a system that, while not perfect, has helped to deliver prosperity for our country for decades, is over. Our old relationship of steadily deepening integration with the United States is over. The 80-year period when the United States embraced the mantle of global economic leadership, when it forged alliances rooted in trust and mutual respect, and championed the free and open exchange of goods and services, is over. Well, this is a tragedy. It is also the new reality. We must respond with both purpose and force. We are a free, sovereign, and ambitious country. We are masters in our own home.
Canada just told Donald Trump, no deal. We're sending our money to Europe instead, in a huge embarrassment to Donald Trump. Now, as you know, Trump has been pressuring Canada to become the 51st state and even offered them the chance to invest in his Golden Dome. But Prime Minister Mark Carney told Trump, have a taco because we're going to Europe instead, and says he intends to join the Rearm Europe program, which means all the money that Canada was investing in the United States is now going to Europe. In fact, Mark Carney said this, quote, 75 cents of every Canadian dollar of capital spending for defense goes to the United States. That's not smart, unquote. 75 cents of every dollar came into the United States. That meant jobs. That meant manufacturing. That was our trade deficit. It's now going to Europe. And this is happening all over the world. Donald Trump is breaking relationships. And while ultimately they may make a deal with him, we may get a trade deal, it comes at a huge cost, but at least we'll have tacos.